Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels. Slink here. Welcome to another Jump Day video. It's a beautiful, cool morning. I have a French dude that has moved into the house I live in. I mean, he seems chill, but I don't know. And there's another international dude who moved into like the garage apartment behind the house I live in. I think they're gonna be besties, so that's cool. But my biggest pet peeve of living with someone, I say, is loud steps through the house. Like, I don't know, I call them like heel walkers. When they walk, they like slam their heels into the ground and you can hear them thudding around from anywhere in the house. But I like people who move very quietly, like a ninja, like a mouse, who walk on their forefoot and you don't hear where they are. It's great. I don't want to be hyper aware of all your movements, but it is kind of nice because I've been living by myself for a while, and it's kind of nice to have someone in the house again, just so I know that I'm not like being super paranoid that I hear things. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic right now on my usual route. They shut down one of the lanes near like between a big park and a few hospitals where there's a lot of cars already, so I'm going the long way. I guess for the next few weeks my route will be different. But I think the most common question I get is, do you have an accent? I mean, well, I hear this multiple times a day, especially if I'm working register at the coffee shop. But people say, oh, where are you from? Because they think I'm from Europe or something. I've heard it like everywhere. People think I'm South Africa, Dutch, German, like Russian, I swear. Irish, like people have no fucking clue. Even Europeans think I'm European. And I think this is because number one, my customer service voice, I can kind of over enunciate some things. And two, when I'm talking to someone who has an accent, I feel like I very slightly mimic them. And three, I just like to switch up how I say things, and also how I say things is a product of me practicing vocals and lyric writing from my music, as well as absorbing, I think, some of the country accent from Virginia and some of the southern but city accent from Houston. But I think the way I speak is very malleable. I'm influenced by my environment or who I'm talking to, which I think is cool. But yeah, the other day, I think last week, I went on a little date after work, and it was bad. Like most of the dates I go on are like not pleasurable, and they never lead to a second date. This lady, she had come into the coffee shop twice, and I could just like feel the energy. Like she wanted me to talk to her, so I was like, oh, small talk, if you hang out until close, because we were to close in like a few hours, I was like, if you were to hang out till close, we can go do something afterwards. And she's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. So we close, and I'm like, I don't want to spend money on food. Like, I don't like going out because I'm mostly like I could go out, but I'm pretty broke. I just prefer to eat everything at home. And I'm never satisfied with like the proportions I never feel like what I'm buying when I go out is worth the money. Like, I'm like, this isn't even that good. I'm not a foodie, so it's not that important to me. But I'm like, shit, I gotta hang out with this girl and I have to eat after work. Like, I have to. I'm so freaking hungry. So I'm like, yo, you wanna go to sushi down the street? And I was gonna take myself to sushi for my birthday, but I was like, I decided against it. And I was like, I'll just go another time. But I had this gift card from work they gave me, and I was like pretty mentally set on spending that on sushi. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna take her to sushi. So we meet at the sushi place, and like, I don't know, man, she's not a conversationalist. It was like one of those things where you ask questions and it's just you asking questions. It's not a conversation. Like, they don't say anything back to extend the line of thinking. They don't ask you any questions. I would just ask her, like, oh, how many siblings do you have? And she would just answer the question and then sit there like this. Like, literally making that face. She'd be like I'm doing something weird by like waiting for her to actually, I don't know, ask another question back. So I was like, fuck dude. And another thing I didn't like, I don't drink alcohol, and like, I don't really care. People do whatever they want, but in my life, my circle, which is basically zero, I don't hang around people who drink alcohol. I'm not gonna date someone who drinks alcohol. And the first thing this lady did was like order a bottle of sake. And then when she realized that I was not drinking, she like sent it back. I was like, oh, word. I see. And when we ordered our food, she got her food before mine. She just like started eating it. And I was like, damn. Oh, wasted my time, bro. So I like still paid for it because it wasn't that expensive, but I was like, I kind of put off the vibe, like, yeah, this ain't happening again, bruh. So that was cool. But honestly, it's just, okay, this guy's like trying to hit me, bro. He doesn't realize that everyone is trying to get somewhere, and that you don't need to be super aggressive and pretend like you're gonna hit somebody. All right. But yeah, even stuff like that where things are kind of like failed dates or whatever, it gives me confidence because I realize I can at least get to a certain step. I can progress to a certain point, and I can make the distinction myself. And yeah, I'm just slowly realizing it's kind of a numbers game, and I need to put myself out there to find out what I like and what I don't like. And learning what you don't like is valuable information, because how are you going to make the correct decision without the correct information? So at the end of the day, it was pretty cool. But practice Thursday, my body feels kind of beat up. My legs feel kind of dead. That's usually how it is on Thursdays. I'm gonna go through the normal process where I'm gonna take a few at 12 step and motivate myself to go back, take a few at 16 step. My right hamstring has been super tight and it's kind of twitching. And if I detect any sort of twitching, cramping, or locking up, I'm just gonna shut it down and like really focus on trying to release that. But yeah, should be good practice. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you after. Bye. All right, so practice recap. My straight pulls were pretty decent. Still trying to move the pole past the stall point by throwing my shoulders to the other side of the pole and not trying to pull through or turn into it too early. I think I'm doing a good job of driving my shoulders past the pole, and I've started doing a little bit of a half turn into my arm, and I think it looks good for now, but it could still be better. My legs felt pretty dead today, and I covered that on the way to practice. And my 12 steps were horrendous. They didn't feel very good at all. Didn't feel like I could push out the back. So I went to 16 step, and this is something that kind of takes time to understand, and as well as feels with your own practice and your own body. But sometimes a longer run is good when your legs are dead, because it gives you time and patience to build out of the back. I'm not a short run jumper. You know, I'm not like super explosive off my first few steps, so I need more space to gradually build into it. And when I went to 16, the jump started flowing, turning over well, tall through my mid, accelerating through my mid well. But yeah, off that 12 step, I was like, I had no push. I could not get tall. I could not get off the ground. But yeah, it was cool. I was swinging really fast, and it got to the point where I felt like I was almost over jumping the pole, and it was squishing so much there was nothing to push against. So my body was kind of flinging off to the side. So I went up 2 poles. I was gonna go up just 1 pole, but I couldn't find the next pole, so I went up 2 poles. I kind of like, when I first attempt on that pole, I kind of pushed out the back and was like kind of strained. So I was low into my takeoff, which didn't give me the tallness and comfort to jump off the ground well, so it was a bailout, right? But then I realized I just need to relax and stay super tall out of the back, and let my pole drop do the work through the mid, and it was flowing. And I actually got a pretty good parabola, like a tighter parabola than I've been having. So, and I matched my grip from last practice, which is a fist and a finger above 15 feet. So it's gradually coming. Like the goal today wasn't even to like go up pole. It was just to execute the same jumps. But my legs were dead, but I was still able to go up pole. I was still able to take a few jumps. Didn't take like a whole bunch because I needed to chill. But yeah, it was really successful. The wind has been great. The wind has been tailwind in the morning, which is amazing. After practice, I did some overhead snatches. I did some single leg hip thrusts. There's an inversion table at the track. I'll spend some time hanging upside down, decompressing my spine. And the inversion table I do pretty religiously. I do it very, very often. And it's probably the best thing for my lower back. If you have like lower back pain, or your joint, your hip, or your vertebrae feel like this, hanging upside down just pulls it apart, makes it feel so good. And my knee, which has been hurting the past few weeks, hasn't been hurting at all. And I contribute that to when I come home from work, I've been putting my legs up against the wall in like a split formation and letting them just hang for 15 minutes. And I think that little bit has done wonders. And it really just always brings back into perspective, like when you have a little thing wrong, all it really takes is just like a little bit of diligence to correct it. But a lot of people don't want to take that initiative, or they're self-sabotaging. So overcoming that that habit or that mind state is like, all it takes is just a little bit of initiative, and these like chronic problems tend to go away. So then I went to the store, bought a whole bunch of food. I've been doing this thing where I'm trying not to go to the store as much, so I'll eat all my food down to like the last little bit, and then I'll go buy like a month's supply. So meal prepping right now. I got stuff on the stove and in the oven. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next week. Monday will be an excellent practice, and see you.